on one. Don't do tom yum seafood today. Hopefully not, right? So just think about what you want to take out. Look at your research question. Which one is the most confident that you want to attempt today? We take it out and then we try to draft, yeah, for your extended abstract. Okay, now let's get to business. We have prepared the Padlet link for you. Yeah, let me stop sharing this one so that I can go to the Padlet link.
The link is in the chat, okay, everyone?
Yeah. Let me open it so that I can share with you here. Just now, I've also shared the ERA journal list in the Padlet link, the first one. Okay, right. What I want you to do is you download this one first. Please download this one. Oh, okay. I'm not sharing my screen, so you don't know what I'm talking about. Sorry. Okay. I hope you can share. See my screen now. Okay. Go to the Padlet link and go to this one. I have uploaded the IP Docs extended abstract template, but I have made some adjustments to it because I used the comment function in the Word file to give guidelines to you to each of the section. Yeah. Let me open it in a new window. Oh, because if I just view it from here, you cannot see my comments. Okay. Okay, let me stop sharing Chrome so that I can share my Word file. Wait, yeah, bear with me for a while. Okay. Can you download the manuscript, the template? I hope you can. Okay, just download and work on your respective draft. Yeah. So just imagine this is mine and you're working on yours. Just for a few minutes, I just want to say that what I have amended from the original template is I put the comment function as to tell you what is it that you can do to make the best out of your extended abstract. So in abstract title or journal title, it should not be too long. Sometimes people say that you cannot go beyond 15 words. Yeah, but it depends on context of the journal. Sometimes I do find engineering papers that have a long title. Yeah, it should not be too long, but ultimately it should encapsulate or cover the essence of your study, in the sense that you have covered the main topics of your study. If your study is on chemical engineering, there are certain components that you are tapping into in your paper. You take it out as the keywords from your thesis. You take it out and put it in the title. You highlight the importance of your research somewhat. Yeah, in concise writing, don't have too many articles in there, and it is attractive enough for the audience. Remember, we said the abstract is the a stand-alone piece of writing that the reviewers or the organizers will see. So it has to be attractive enough to gauge their attention. So I've put some examples here. You can just walk through. But for example, yeah, here, does vaccinating children and adolescents with inactivated influenza virus inhibit the spread of influenza? Oh, so many words, too many unnecessary words. Can it be better? It cannot be too short either. For example, influenza vaccination of children, a randomized trial. I do not get from that title, I do not get much from what you are doing. Yeah, so maybe you are not putting enough on the importance of your research. So a better title would be something like this: Effect of child influenza vaccination on infection rates in rural communities, a randomized trial. From this title, you know the context of your study, which is done in rural communities. The bulk of it is vaccination, because all three titles have that. That is your hook. Yeah. So in this case, you are looking at vaccination, the effects of it. Yeah. Just now, there wasn't any. You were not telling what you were doing. So in your study, you are looking at the effects. So take out the main importance. Yeah. I have shared Ali in the Padlet link. You can download it. Can you download? I think you can download, right? Can you try to download, Dr. Shura, Dr. Nomi? Can you download? Okay, right. So write your name, your affiliation. Doesn't have to be like. I think you can just put
Yeah,
University Technology Malaysia here,
Dr. Afra,
right?
yes, we can
Okay, you can
download it.
download. Yeah. Okay. So go to the Padlet link and go to the first column and download the file. Yeah. You should be getting the same as what you're seeing now on my screen, right? So under abstract, remember I said the abstract is the first one you see, but the last one you write. Yeah. So leave it for now, because you don't know what you will be covering in the results or findings section. So just leave it first, you do it last. Yeah. It's the summary of the content of the journal manuscript or the extended abstract, right? Your abstract should answer all this question, like what I've covered in the first slot with me just now. What was done? Why did you do it? What was okay? Because it's quite long, yeah. What did you find and why these findings are useful and important? So this bit is the conclusion, yeah. So in an abstract, ideally the division of uh, importance, you can divide your abstract into 4 portions. 25% of it goes to the introduction, introducing the topic. Yeah. What? Yeah. Methodology is another 25%. 1/4 of your abstract should talk about your methodology. How did you do it? Okay. And then the bulk of it, 35%, is on the results. What did you find? So if you are doing on a review paper, what what were you reviewing? So you talk about that in your abstract. And then the least importance, not to say the least in terms of the importance, but the allocation, yeah, is 15% for the conclusion. You don't have to dwell too much on the conclusion. The meaty part would be the result, but equal attention must be put on the introduction as well as methodology, because uh, this is a practice for us readers. When we read a paper, you read the abstract first, right? Not the whole body. So the abstract is the hook. So if you see another paper doing the same, about the same thing as you see, oh, methods, they use the same method. Their aim is similar to mine. So the highly likely you will download the paper. But if you see the abstract doesn't tell you much about the method, percentage of you downloading the full paper for you to read further is lower, compared to if you read something that is close to home. Yeah, they talk about what was done, why did they do it, the aim, the results, and the conclusion. So you relate to how you would read as a reader, and now you're relating it to you as the writer. So you can just see what I wrote here so that it's clear for you what you can put. Okay. Under materials and methods, this is the section where the reader wants to know how you do it. Yeah, you can use subheadings. And for materials and methods, because you have already done it, it should be written in past tense. Yeah, right. And describe the methods in detail. That is just enough for people to know, and possibly for other researchers or other readers to replicate your work. Yeah. But there's a tip here that I put, check the instruction for authors. Usually you will have this instruction for authors, especially for Q journals, yeah, for your target journal to see what should be presented. Sometimes they have a guideline, yeah, right, or sample, okay, just to follow the uh, for you to highly likely be included in the journal, yeah, because you have followed the standard, right? Some papers get rejected because they don't follow the standard. You don't do enough homework to know what they expect from you, so don't do that. That's not good. Okay. uh Again, just now, if you're doing a review paper, this one can be tweaked. What did you do? Of course, there are methods for you to do the review. You talk about that in this section. Yeah, and then moving on to the meatiest part of your extended abstract, the results and discussion. So under the results section, okay, you state what you have found. Yeah, you use subheadings for you to easily, as a writer, you segment your results, not just at one go. Yeah, don't do a long run-on paragraph. So you do it under specific subtitle, right? And it should be presented in a logical order from the most important to the least important. Okay. Again, same as the materials and methods, you write them in past tense because you have already done it. To describe your results, however, refer to figures and table in the present tense, yeah, as illustrated. Okay, figure 1 presents, not figure 1 presented, yeah, because you are actually guiding the reader to ask them to look at the figure. Yeah, so only the figure, when you refer to the figure, it's supposed to be in present tense, but when you talk about your result, it should be in past tense. Yeah, and do not duplicate data among figures and tables. Usually, you know, this is because of you want it to be, it's a like a hasty work, you just bulldoze everything. Yeah, so don't do that. Don't duplicate data, as in if there's a table, you just reiterate what is being said. But in actual truth, what people want to see in the body paragraph is your take on it. Yeah, your voice, right? Okay. And then in the discussion section, you talk about the so what just now that we talk about. Okay. And I would like to also highlight why sometimes, most of the time, a template of any kind, extended abstract and journal article alike, would put in the figure and the table, template. It's not just on purpose. A figure serves functions in your paper as well. So figures and tables, I written here, are the quickest way to communicate large amounts of complex information. Yeah. So sometimes just people, by glancing through, for example, oh, figure header, oh, he or she is comparing data. Okay, it's a longitudinal data. I wish to find out more. Then from the figure, they tend to read your body paragraph. Oh, this is what you want to say. If you are comparing, then if you turn it into a table, that would be quicker for readers to get what you are trying to say. So for example, here it's like they talk about low and high temperature. So you know the parameters of your work, and so do your readers. Yeah. So table are concise, an effective way to present large amounts of data again. Yeah, so make sure to use a clear and concise caption. Okay, caption plays an important part as well, right? Make sure it is legible. Sometimes because you intend to fit in as much as you can, to the point that you can't read, uh, so it's not effective. So try your best to just fit in and try out whether you can understand it. Yeah, have another person reading your work, then you know the feedback from other people. Yeah, and then in the conclusion, you restate your research problem again and your research question, and then you highlight your findings. Yeah, and then this is also important to suggest key takeaways from your paper. Right? Probably in theoretical, pedagogical, or methodological implication of it. Yeah, you can put that in your conclusion. And then, of course, acknowledgement is for those who are doing it under a grant. This would be good. You have to claim, right? For your publication, you can put it here. If you are not working it under a grant, you may also want to thank other people who have contributed to your work. Please don't leave it blank. I would always suggest for you to put in acknowledgement. Yeah, even acknowledging the people who are involved in your study. And then the references. Yeah, look at the uh, format that they wish to have. So here under IP docs, they already give you, if the reference is an article, this is how you cite it. Yeah, I think this is APA. Okay, right? So every statement of fact or description of previous findings requires a supporting references. So make sure you don't miss out any. Yeah. Uh, Reviewers also sometimes scrutinize this part, right? Okay. So that is the some of the things that I have put in the template. Of course, you can just delete it, right? Okay. So can we try to work on probably your introduction, or maybe you can have bodies of it, then you can compose it later, but just try to find, for now, this is the start of your hands-on session. You go to your thesis and see what you would like to take out of your thesis today. Just a draft of your uh, conference presentation or your publication. Today is 29th of June. You can mark on your calendar, I drafted something. Yeah. Can we work on your own draft, and we go back to the Padlet link? You can work on your own computer first, or you can just simply put it in the Padlet link so that we can just monitor what you do and give some feedback. Where's my Padlet? Wait here. Am I doing? Okay, okay, okay. Sorry.
Okay, let's everyone. Let's have a go. Try it out. Try to write down. Try to write your extended abstract, and then you upload it here on the Padlet. Once we see anyone putting your work there, then we can actually give our comments. You only have 45 minutes left.
Mm.
Mm.
Can we try to just probably identify key the key research question that you want to tap into in this extended abstract?
Yeah. The
Okay.
deadline for the extended abstract is 15th of July, but for today, we are giving you the opportunity to just try it out, okay? And then you can actually put it here on the Padlet so that we can give comments. And then before tomorrow, I will share one more link where you can put your, I mean, you can actually upload your extended abstract, and you get a chance to win some prize from SPS, the top 10 winner for the extended abstract for today.
Uh, right. So probably to kickstart, you just go to your research question or research objective and see out of the 3 or 4 or more than that you have on your thesis um, draft. You see which one do you think have the most information that you can work on in relation to your literature review, to your introduction, to your research methodology. So go to that research question and just flip through your introduction. Your introduction can be the introduction for your extended abstract, but you concise them because ideally in thesis, the introduction chapter covers everything that you intend to do, right? From the keyword to the theory to the implementation and the methodological framework or analytical framework. So you go to your chapter 1 where you can find your research question, the significance, yeah, the theoretical framework. So for now, probably if I look at my 6-year-old PhD thesis, somebody asked just now, can I go back to my 3-year-old PhD thesis? You can, or thesis or master's thesis. Sometimes I do flip through my master's thesis because there are things that I have not published. It remains just in there, dormant, which is a waste. Yeah. So go back. The only thing that if you revisit, you know, 6-year-old or 5-year-old, doesn't matter how old the thesis is, the bulk of the work that you need to update is the literature. You will not amend your research methodology for sure, but your literature review will have to be updated. Your motivation to do your paper still stays the same. Yeah, it's just your literature review that needs to be updated. So if I look at my research objective, probably I would do my first research question. Okay. Uh, are you working on yours? I hope you are. Okay, let me. Probably they are working on their own uh, draft, but not uploading it in the Padlet, right? Dr. Nomi, Dr. Shura? Hopefully. So if you look at the sample here, it's just 3 pages, yeah? Okay. Keywords just now, preparing this workshop teaches me a lot of things actually. I need to revisit what these sections are. I get to know that when you write your keyword, as best as you can, don't repeat the words that you have in your title. Yeah. Uh, they were saying don't repeat the same wording that you have in your title because it wouldn't help much in terms of people finding your work. But what was encouraged to be put is probably narrowing it down to your method, for example. Yeah. For examples, using sucrose as porous agent. So this must be the mechanism for you to do or conduct this study for this group of people. So you talk about the method.
Dr. Farah,
Okay.
everyone, please try it out, okay?
Okay. Okay. Right. Sorry, yeah. I'm all over the place now. Okay. I put it in the guideline. Yeah. Here I said keywords acts as a tool to help indexes and search engines find relevant articles. This I found from the site for this workshop. Preferable to choose keywords that complement main topic of your research, including related words or methodology-specific terms. For example, manuscript title, direct observation of non-linear optics in an isolated carbon nanotube. I don't know what that means, but poor keyword says here you don't just take one word, yeah, because it doesn't help much. Better keywords would be, for example, uh, a specific methodology that you use, for example, single molecule interaction. So when people try to Google things, like how you Google things, these are a better keyword. Don't repeat, stop duplicating, avoid duplicating the words that are already in the article. Try it another way around. For example, Kerr effect. So you are pinpointing the main that complements the main topic of your research. So just have a look at this while you are doing your draft. So I would suggest you start by, for example, here. I want to talk about generic structure potential. Yeah. Just have it in keywords first, then you draft and look for it in your thesis. You already have that. So you just take it out. So under the introduction, I want to talk about generic structure potential and my theory, which is SFL, for example. Yeah. And then I want to talk about report genre. Of course, I'm coming uh, what do
Your voice is breaking,
yeah?
Farah.
What I want to tap into, my aim is to look at, yeah? Can you hear
Your
me?
voice, yeah, now it's okay.
Sorry, my internet is lagging. Okay, so aim is to, I want to see, okay, I see some questions there on the chat box. I will try to answer that, but at the same time, I'm trying to draft my extended abstract. What are the elements? I hope you're doing yours as well. Yeah, I'm just doing mine. Okay. Remember, in the introduction, you have the what, why. Yeah, so just have a look at the guide that I put in the comment box. Okay.
I just want to add to your sharing just now, Farah. If you think
Mm-hmm.
that you are not sure which part of the thesis you plan to publish or to for the purpose of the conference, you may also focus on the research questions. That means it's okay to publish the findings for RQ1 only. And let's say you
Mm.
have not done the full fledged of the data analysis, you can always publish your preliminary findings or your pilot data. Okay, so
Mm.
it's up to you. You know your study better than us.
Pilot data is easier to control in terms of describing it, right? Because it's quite small in scope. I do have my preliminary study here. Okay, let me take it from my um preliminary. I hope beyond the workshop, you would do this practice as well. Yeah, you have to think through what you wanted to talk about. Even in your thesis, you have to thoroughly, you know, draft the storyboard somewhat of how you want to narrate what you are doing. Yeah, so it's not just random work, but you know where you're heading and where you are coming from. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so for this is just for the purpose of the workshop. I just go back to my thesis and go to my preliminary study section, and I wrote there in my thesis that my preliminary study was to explore the applicability of the theory, to investigate how meanings are realized in the language structure. This is from my thesis. So whatever that I have here is already in my thesis. I'm lucky in the sense that I have completed it. But if you are still writing it, there are some drafts that you have done. You could just go through what you already have. You don't have to do something that is new for now. Yeah, so you just go back to what you already have in your draft and see what can be uh, taken out of it to be put as a article, to be presented or to be published in journal paper. Okay, it's not impossible for you to write in your first semester. Yeah, I've got my student who is working on her, still on her paper review, but she managed to do a comparison or do a review, uh, although not extensive, but it's a kickstart. What more if you have already defended your paper proposal? Okay, and what more if you have already completed your findings? Yeah, like Abu Saif, you are for now, because we talk to you, yeah, so that's why I can try to relate. You are delayed because of the condition now that you cannot go and do your experiments, but you are currently doing review work. There is always a blessing in all the things that are happening. Yeah, so you can focus on that for now, until it is safe for you to go back to your lab. Then you can do the lab work. Yeah, I feel for those who were not able to go back to their laboratory, because I hear some of my friends were complaining. The students said some of the things that they have tested have expired. They have to do all over again. I cannot imagine how it is like, how challenging it is for those depending on lab works. Yeah. I hope I don't talk too much. You can focus on your work. I'm just looking at my paper here. If you have any question, you can just ask, yeah, through your microphone or through the chat box. Are you okay there? It's good to have this, hour dedicated to just you focusing on your work. Sometimes we are like octopus, right? We are doing things, few things at one go, multitasking. So once you get like a quality time just to focus on your work, you can actually do it. Yeah. I'm in the moment here now. I'm in the groove for me to write. So try to find that as a student, try to find that quality time. Be sure that when you copy and paste, you follow the format. Okay. Are you all okay? Starting to feel hungry. I have not taken my breakfast.
Oh, so sorry to hear that. I think
No
everyone is
problem.
working hard. They some of them
Yeah.
even text me through WhatsApp, and they are trying to
Uh-huh.
finish up actually their work.
Mm.
We had also one participant where she wrote her thesis. I mean, she's writing her thesis in Malay language, and now she's translating it to English. So that
That's good.
so
I
let's
can
just
relate. I can relate. Okay. Muhen Milad asked, would you mind please to tell us a little more about how to write the results in chapter 4? I mean, do we have to write the results based on the aforementioned objectives? Do you mean in your thesis or in the research paper, Muhen?
On the thesis.
Oh, okay. Right. There are various ways of doing it, but the one that I typically see is um, you follow the research question, because usually when you arrange your research question, it's from the it's according to the difficulty. I mean the depth, right? So if I refer to my even my research question, I start from the easiest to the most complicated, right? So usually the narration of your chapter 4 would follow your research question. Sometimes I get to read this type of thesis. Chapter 4 answers research question 1. Okay, that's not good. As a reader, you are, as the one examining, you are actually asking me to just flip back to your research, your chapter 1, and see what research question 1 is about. So as best as you can, you reiterate what the research question is. Don't just write research question 1, research question 2, because as the examiner reads your thesis, they become tired by the 4th chapter, if ever they read it from the first page to the last page at one go. Just imagine if the reader reads it in few episodes or few readings. So they may have to go over what was the research question again. So don't trouble your readers by not giving what you're supposed to give. Okay, usually in the start of your result chapter in your thesis, you tell from the get-go in the introduction, this chapter answers research question 1. You can put it in bracket, you can just list them back, and then the sequence is such that you follow the research question, unless you've got other mechanism to maneuver your research question. Sometimes one relate to the other, so which one comes first? That would be my suggestion to you. How would you, you know, uh, organize your result chapter? My PhD thesis, I have 7 chapters like Dr. Shura. My chapter 4 is research question 1. My chapter 5 is research question number 2 and 3 because they are interrelated. And then my chapter 6 is my research question number 4. And my conclusion chapter is chapter 7. Yeah. Consult your supervisor how best to uh, you know, divide your chapter, because if I were to answer all my 4 research questions in one chapter, it will be too long. That's why I put it under a different chapter, because the chapter is such that I divide that they can stand alone. My chapter 4 is on the structure, my chapter 5 is on the content, my chapter 6 is on another structure altogether, so they are stand alone. Some can be put into one chapter, chapter 4. Some you have to divide to a few chapters. I hope I answer your question, Mohan.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So you apply the same for your abstract or your journal papers. The section is such that you divide the focus. One focus, and then you move on to the next focus or the next highlight. So you make full use of the subheadings or the subsection that they give you the freedom to put in. Yeah. Some are usually very generous enough to give you an idea of what you can write under the section, like this one that you have for IP docs. All right. So you fill it in just as how I'm just showing as a demo here. At least I have like a framework on what to write under each section. I'm already at the approaching my results discussion. But of course, because it's from your thesis, you can just go and revisit them and then just copy and paste. Okay, so I am looking at my chapter 3 because my preliminary, I put it there. So I've already got the discussion. You can just cut and paste first, but you have to rewrite, not just leave it there like that. Yeah. And then there's a tendency that when you copy and paste, it would no longer be 4 pages, it will be like 5, 6 pages. So you have to trim it down, yeah, make it concise. So I would have to sift out from this one. Okay, so which I will do later. Once I finish this slot. We have about 12 minutes left before our stipulated time to stop. Right? Is there any question while we are at it?
There's a question in the chat window from Izzah Mardia. Doctor, I always have a problem in writing introduction on research paper. Is there any tips on how to writing bombastic introduction to draw reviewers'
Ooh.
attention? And there's another
Bombastic.
question, but you want to answer this one first, Farah?
How I wish I can have a bombastic introduction as well. But I think from the word bombastic, what you intend for the reader to get is the bombastic in terms of the contribution of your paper. The bombastic would mean what do you bring to the plate what do you add on to an already established literature in your area? So the bombastic is the work that you do. It's not just the words that you use, but the work that you bring forth that is worth being cited, being published, and being reviewed by the reviewer. Oftentimes, we take for granted that reviewers would have to take the time for them to read your work. So, getting feedback from them would add to the already bombastic introduction that you intend to do, Isa. So, I hope I can give you a more concrete answer, but I think the bombastic should come from the contribution you make from the paper, and of course the way you narrate it in your paper, right? So the best way is to get another published paper and see how they usually typically write the introduction. Then you can mirror them, yeah, especially in the
I
journal.
If I may add to what Dr. Farah said, if I were to wear my reviewer hat here, I don't like it's not I don't like, but in academic English, in academic writing, don't beat around the bush. Okay, go straight forward to what you intended to do. Because maybe for a novice researcher, what I found, the pattern is like you like to beat around the bush. After some time, then only you go straight to your point. So reviewers do not like that kind of organization of academic writing
That
tips.
cliffhanger, right?
Yeah. And so
Cliffhanger.
go straightforward. And there's another question from Ali. I think maybe one of us can answer this question briefly because we reaching 12 o'clock. Okay, Ali's asked question. Sorry to ask this question, but the difference, what is the difference between objective and research question? It's not clear for me.
Okay.
Kindly, could you please explain?
Is this in relation to thesis, Ali, if I can ask you? Is it in relation to thesis, research objective and research question? If it is, then what I normally tell my students is that objective and research question have to be similar. The only difference is objective is written in a statement form. The research question is in the question form. So you cannot have a different objective than your research question. It has to be like a mirror image. One is in statement form, the other is in question form. If I can share, can I share? Wait, yeah. The only way that I can show examples is through mine. I'm not trying to be, self-obsessed here, but if I show other people's, then we have issues of privacy and confidentiality. Yeah, let me check whether I can share my. Okay, we are approaching. I think I need to. Okay, we end with me answering this question, and then I will pass over to Dr. Nomi for closure. Yeah. Okay. Right. So this is my
Sorry, doctor.
research.
Doctor, can you
Yeah.
hear me? Should we share what we have written,
Yes.
or how do I do
Yeah.
that?
Yes, please.
Yeah,
You upload to the Padlet link.
we are really
I would be
looking
happy to look at your
yeah,
paper.
Good job. Well, very simple, but
yeah, it's okay.
I
It's
just want to
okay.
see your comments. How
Sure.
do I do that? Good job, eh?
You see the cross button,
Padlet plus sign,
plus sign.
in pink.
Okay, yes, I do. Yeah. Okay.
Bottom page. You click on that.
The bottom www.
Bottom on your right. Yeah.
Expand post, right?
Yeah.
Expand post, and then how do I do that?
Okay, you see the wait.
Okay. Let me share screen. Let me
Okay.
share
Okay.
screen.
Okay. You share
Okay.
screen.
Okay. You see, let me move myself here. Okay. Wait, yeah.
Okay, got it.
Okay, you
Okay.
see this pencil sign, add post at the bottom?
Yes, yes, that's right.
Okay, you click on that and then you just write and then you upload your document,
All right, got it. Okay, I'll do that now. Hang on now.
right? Okay, there's a question also how to improve your writing. Let me just see. While we're waiting for our attendees to upload.
I went
Use
to
this.
the
I used this
Manchester.
as well when I did my PhD.
Yeah, I'm trying to share the link to
Yeah, maybe
them.
Link just now.
Yeah. Okay.
But there,
it's from Manchester University actually.
Yeah.
Academic.
So what we normally do because we teach English, general English. So how can I go to okay. Right. So who asked that one? Abdul Ghaffar. Abdul Gadir.
Abdul
Okay. So I usually ask my students to go to this link, academic phrase bank, so you don't have to crack your brain uh, when you are in need of a powerful, bombastic word just now that Iza
Farah,
wanted to use.
maybe you can share the link here, Farah, on the Padlet.
Where? Oh, okay.
Ah,
I already also shared in the chat.
yeah.
This is academic phrase bank. Yeah.
Please bank.
So you can have a look at it. Okay.
Ah, we have
Okay,
one.
mine is in, right? Can you see?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm opening
alright.
it now. Okay. This is your introduction.
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, just stop it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, in the wake of the pandemic. So this is your introduction. Okay, usually, okay, this is introduction. It's okay. Okay, good hook. CSR would be your
Sorry, Farah. Just now you mentioned that it's a good hook. Which part of the paragraph is a good hook?
okay.
Mm.
So you are actually relating it to the current situation in the wake of the
Yes.
pandemic. People are
Yes.
strongly committed to working together and supporting each other. Because this hook is related to the corporate social responsibility efforts. Now you are
Okay.
talking about people trying to commit. So the final is such that it is not talking about things other than the keywords that you are highlighting in your paper. So I would you highlight from the second sentence onward, corporate social responsibility plays an increasingly significant role during this trying time of uncertainty. Businesses have a sphere in the society by addressing social issues and have a strong understanding in shaping broader understanding of CSR. You've got your uh, you've got your proof from justifiable, yeah, from previous work.
Yeah.
Conceptions of CSR with a plethora of theoretical viewpoints in the role of businesses in society creates room for ambiguity. Okay. Okay, for an introduction it is okay. For an abstract is this is quite long. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay. All right.
you've got to shorten it because you are building up and again. So in a abstract it's just enough for you to have one or two hooking statement and then you just go straight to the point of what you are making in the report.
Mm.
CSR efforts, because you have already made the acronym, you don't have to put it in full again. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, efforts being amplified through social media. So now you are narrowing it down to social media, right?
Yeah.
Okay, businesses are more exposed to scrutiny from the public, creating the importance for dialogue to meet expectation and gain credibility to operate in society. Okay, I have not come to your aim yet, which is in the third paragraph, right? Okay,
Yes.
alternative to businesses and CSR. Okay, usually we try to avoid. Americans do this, but Malaysians we usually hedge away from saying my or what. So you just have anonymous. This paper
Okay.
aims to identify how the Social Hero Foundation, a non-profit organization collaborating with a team. So if this is a special one, so you may
Yeah.
want to put it in italics. Okay. Uh, Iskandar Malaysia. Okay, through Facebook. To what extent they embrace the interactive. Okay, you can either have it like this, or you can have like this paper aims to identify how businesses, something like that, general. Uh, then this one you can put that in the either in the introduction, or you can describe them further under your materials and method. You are
Okay.
focusing on your research participant. Okay, so here is your research participant, right?
Yeah.
Iskandar, Malaysia. All right.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
This is good. A good attempt. Keep on writing.
Okay.
Maybe I can
Right.
add.
Good one.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Chandra.
Thank you, Dr. Farah. Thank you.
Maybe I
Yeah,
would.
Chen. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We are really happy to see at least one who works on the introduction, which is good. Okay, I pass. Now it's 12 already. I pass over to Dr. Nomi.
Okay, sure. Let me share my screen, okay? All right, we have come to the conclusion. Slideshow. Okay, so thank you for spending your 3 hours with us today, everyone. We've covered the most important part of the workshop, you know, the differences between thesis and research paper, finding reputable journal conferences, and we also had some opportunity to do a hands-on practice with Dr. Farah and Dr. Shura just now, okay? So what are you waiting for? Okay, you can actually start to submit your extended abstract, okay, to this link, okay, and I have shared this link to the chat just now. This one is actually for you to get 50 ringgit discount for 10 winners actually. For each of the 10 winner, you get 50 ringgit discount for you to join IP Docs 21, okay. So just try to submit whatever thing that you have. You've learned how to do the extended abstract today, okay. Try to send it to us before tomorrow. Before 9 o'clock a.m. tomorrow. This one is just this link is mainly for this competition. Okay. Maybe after that, you would like to revise your abstracts, you know, and you can actually submit your extended abstract to this link, which is actually the link for IP Docs 2021. Okay. And then this is actually the QR code for the slides. If you like to have the slides for today's session, feel free to scan this code. Okay, you can print screen, keep it on your computer. Okay, then you can actually go back to the slides. Then yeah, important links. I think that's all for today. And then what else? Okay, just now I saw a question from the participants. You would like to watch this session again. You can go to SPS website, SPS Facebook, or you can also go to humanities.utm website. I have actually shared the same thing. Okay, it's actually from the Facebook, but over there in FSSH UTM KL website, you can see all the programs that our faculty have conducted actually for the benefits of students. Let me share where is the website? Yeah, it's here. Okay, wait. Can you see my screen, everyone?
Yep.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So this is actually Faculty of Social Sciences and Humanities Kuala Lumpur website. Okay. It's here. All right. And you can just click watch here. It's the same thing. You will go to the FB live of SPS. And then if you go down here, we also have past events that might be helpful for you, that you can always watch during your free time. Okay. So that's all from me. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much for participating. We value your presence till the end. Yeah. So thank you very much.
If you don't mind,
And
can you
yeah,
turn on your camera, then we can
yeah,
take
take
photo?
picture.
Yes.
And then don't forget to work on your draft. You are in the zone already.
The most
Yeah.
important message.
You are in the zone. Don't stop there.
Stop
Don't stop
there.
there.
We have
Yeah,
made
don't
you wait
stop
for
there.
3 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, doctors.
Yeah. Okay. Who's taking picture?
Sorry, doctors. You mentioned something related to you. We have to submit it before 9 a.m. tomorrow, right?
This
That one is
for the
to identify winners.
that one is to identify 10 best winners. You get
Mm.
50 ringgit discount to join IP Docs. And then of course you have until 15th of July
Sorry.
to
Did you hear me?
you have
Yeah. We can
yeah,
hear you.
yeah. And then you have
Uh-huh.
until 15th of July to revise your abstract.
10 first winners. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
10
got
winners.
it. Thanks a lot.
Grab your chance. 50 ringgit
Yes.
every winner. Okay, I'll take photo, okay?
Okay.
Okay, smile. 1,
Yeah,
2,
got it. Thanks a lot.
3, smile. Okay. One more, Siti Fatima Ali Al Mabruk Everina. I cannot see you. One more time. Okay. All
Stay
right.
safe, everyone. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
SPS, for
Another
organizing this.
There's another one important question.
Oh, one more
Is
question. We have so many questions.
the full paper submission deadline is still on 18th of May, or it will be delayed as well?
Full paper.
Okay,
Dr.
Dr.
Sophie?
Sophie.
Let me answer. Full paper submission is different than the extended abstract submission. So full paper submission is, hang on, can't remember. Please check the website. I think
Uh,
30th August. I'm not mistaken.
30th of August.
August. You still have time? About 1 month or 2? Yeah, thank you again, SPS, for conducting this. We value your effort in empowering the students. So I hope you learn a lot from this session as well. Yeah, so keep writing. Hope to see you all graduating
Oh, it's
soon.
Dr. Farah's birthday today?
No, not yet.
In
No,
July?
I'm not older. Busy. Yeah. No, I'm in denial mode.
Happy advance birthday to Dr. Farah from
Advance.
okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you everyone. We'll
Yeah,
see you
thank you.
next
Stay safe.
Okay, thank you.
Keep doing your work. All the best to all of you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. Bye.
Hello.